San. Strategic breathing. Musashi noticed that in moments of fear or anger, his opponent's breathing would change. It became short, fast, unstable, and that was always the prelude to emotional collapse. So he mastered his breath as he mastered his strikes. Because whoever controls the breath controls the mind. During training, he would strike with precision while maintaining deep, steady breathing. Today, neuroscience confirms what Musashi already knew. Slow breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system responsible for restoring balance. Fast breathing triggers fight or flight. Before any critical moment, Musashi would breathe consciously. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, exhale slowly through the mouth for 6 seconds. Simple, but powerful. You can use this right now in any situation. A tense meeting, an argument with a loved one, before replying to a difficult message. Breathing like this is like pressing an internal reset button. It reminds you that, even when the world outside is chaotic, you still have the power to create calm within. When you create distance from the emotion, you don't react. You choose. You act with intention. This is the beginning of silent fury. Strength born from observation, not explosion. R. Anticipatory awareness. Most people walk into conflict improvising, as if stepping onto an unfamiliar battlefield. Musashi did the opposite. He anticipated. Always. Before every duel, he studied his opponents, how they moved, how they reacted under pressure, what kind of strike they favored, which emotion ruled their decisions. He didn't just fight, he read his opponent's soul. In his most famous duel against Sasaki Kojiro, Musashi deliberately arrived late. He knew Kojiro was vain and impatient. He knew Kojiro used a long sword, so on the way to the fight, Musashi carved a wooden sword slightly longer, and won. Before the first blow, he had already won. How can you apply this in the real world? Before a difficult conversation, pause and reflect. What is the likely emotional state of the other person? What do they really want from this interaction? What are the 3 most likely reactions they might have? These questions prepare your mind. They reduce the shock of surprise, and they help you stay in control. Anticipation isn't manipulation. It's conscious navigation. It's understanding the terrain before stepping on it. Silent fury. Musashi's method to never lose your cool. The most dangerous person in any confrontation isn't the strongest or the loudest. It's the calmest. That idea might sound counterintuitive in a world that equates power with intensity. But it's exactly what Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman in Japanese history, understood and mastered. Undefeated in over 60 life-or-death duels, Musashi didn't stand out just because of his sword skills. What made him truly unbeatable was something far more subtle: absolute control over his emotions. In this video, you'll discover the 4 principles Musashi used to stay calm, even in the face of death, and how to apply those same principles to modern-day conflict. Whether it's a heated argument at work or a personal crisis, understanding these teachings can mean the difference between collapse and clarity. Because, in the end, the one who stays calm controls the game. Emotional distance. Musashi understood something that modern psychology would only begin to explain centuries later. You are not what you feel. When someone provokes you, insults you, or when a situation becomes emotionally intense, your body responds as if you're in danger. Your muscles tense. Your heart races. And if you're not paying attention, you'll get swept away by that emotional storm. Musashi called his strategy looking from above. He saw emotions like clouds passing through the sky. He didn't become the fear. He didn't become the anger. He simply observed and let them pass. This is the first lesson. Create emotional distance. It's not about repression. It's about recognition without identification. Instead of saying, "I am angry," he would say, "I am experiencing anger." It seems subtle, but that shift creates space between you and the emotion. And it's in that space where control is born. 4. Purposeful action. Musashi didn't act on impulse. He acted with intention. His opponents, consumed by anger or pride, entered the battlefield wanting to prove something, to show strength, to defeat the other's ego. Musashi was different. He didn't fight to prove. He fought with a clear purpose. Do not aim to strike first, he wrote, but instead, remain centered in your greater objective. Before every confrontation, Musashi knew exactly what he wanted to achieve. And you? How many times have you entered a difficult conversation and forgotten why you were there? How many arguments started with a real issue, but ended in blame, pain, and resentment? The secret is simple. Before any confrontation, ask yourself, what is my true objective here? And answer with one sentence. Direct, clear. For example, I want to resolve this misunderstanding without causing more pain. I want to defend my point without disrespecting anyone. I want to protect my peace during this conflict. That clarity is your anchor. It keeps you grounded when emotions rise. Because when you have purpose, your emotions begin to work for something greater instead of working against you. The path of silent fury. Musashi wasn't calm out of coldness. He was calm out of wisdom. He understood that true strength isn't about defeating others, it's about mastering yourself. His 4 principles: emotional distance, anticipatory awareness, strategic breathing, purposeful action, aren't just combat tactics. They are paths to a more lucid, centered, and powerful life. They echo philosophies like Zen Buddhism, Taoism, and the practice of non-identification with the ego. Musashi knew that when you stop reacting, you start living with intention. Today, we're surrounded by conflict, social media, traffic, politics, relationships. Everything seems like a trigger. But the truly powerful person of our time isn't the loudest one. It's the one who stays calm when everyone else loses control. It's the one who wisely chooses where to invest energy and where silence is the noblest answer. When you embody these principles, something interesting happens. Many conflicts simply disappear because they weren't really out there. They were inside you. And by transforming yourself, you change the nature of the world around you. Just like Musashi, you stop being someone who faces battles and become someone who transcends them. This is the way, not of brute force, but of inner strength. If this message resonated with you, take a deep breath and remember, true power is not in force, it's in awareness. If you'd like to keep exploring Musashi's wisdom about balance, purpose, and self-mastery, consider subscribing to the channel. The journey is always inward, and each step is a discovery.